The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 or don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-grind them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing good. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O.
What is up? What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. We're up. We're at it. We're doing a thing. We're ready to get into these markets, man. Whoa, what a roller coaster ride, baby. What a roller coaster ride we are on. What a roller coaster ride we have been on. Probably still be on a roller coaster ride on Friday when we're on stream. But, man, a lot of stuff to get into today. A lot of stuff to go over. A lot of stuff to talk about, man. It's getting a little crazy out here in this world of trading. It is what it is, man. We love it, though. Got to make the sausage, man. And this is how the sausage is made. And, it's crypto week, baby. It's crypto week. Yo, and just as an FYI, man, for everybody that's out there, I'll get to that later. But, it's crypto week, man, on the Congress in the United States, on the Hill. Man, they're giving us too much news to talk about, man. I don't know if they can get their stuff straight here, man. But, we living the dream. Yeah, I see you, Junior. I see you, Heat, baby. We living the dream. We living that dream, that trading dream, man. See our bags go up. See our bags go down. See our bags go back up again. See our bags go back down again. So on and so forth. We do what we do. It is what it is. And we make it how we make it, right? Let's go. It's that time, baby. It's beautiful. What did you say? Thomas, and AGS. We'll have to maybe look at them a little bit later. But we love it, man. Market's on fire right now. We got some stuff to talk about, though. So the crypto bill, the Genius Act, right? We talked about this before. We talked about this on Wednesday. The three big pieces of legislation that are currently sitting up in the Congress right now, either the House or the Senate, depending on which bill you're talking about, right? The Genius Act failed yesterday. Big disappointment for crypto. Big disappointment for crypto. Need that bill to pass. Need that bill to get through so that we can move on to these cryptocurrency regulations. That bill sitting up there too. Need that one to move, and then we can get on with the CBDC bill that's out there as well. But we need these bills. We need these bills to pass. We need some votes on these things, and we need these things to move. But of course, you know how it goes. The fat cat sitting up there on the Hill, they don't want to pass the Genius Act. They don't want to pass these bills because, they're robbing the stock market and robbing us, man, and becoming millionaires because they got insider trading going on, and they don't want us to have any of that. So, they're going to try to block these bills at every step of the way. So we're going to see what's going to happen today. They need to bring that cryptocurrency bill back out, the Genius Act, and go ahead and vote on that. The people that were holding out want all three bills smushed together in one, and so that they can pass them. The reason they want them smushed together in one is because they want to put all that language inside of them bills that make it more favorable for them. And that's how they do it. They put these big, huge bills out there, and then they don't and then they put all this other stuff in there, and nobody at the end of it, nobody can even tell you what's in the bill. But of course, the big fat cats up there don't want to vote on it because they don't want blockchain. They don't want that. They don't want that transparency of the blockchain, because these guys, half of these guys come into Congress, and they're worth maybe a million, maybe less than a million. And when they leave Congress, they're worth, double-digit $1 million. How they making that money, man? How they making that money? What's up, Selma? Good morning, dog. Good morning. But we got to get these bills passed. Looks like Trump's getting ready to bring it back out again today. Right here, article says that he's got enough. He's got enough votes to get this thing moving, and he needs to get this one moving so that we can move on. And get these guardrails up for cryptocurrency regulation. Because here's the bottom line: without this, and people will argue with me about this, but the facts are the facts, and we got numbers to support it. Big Watch, dude, what's up, baby? What's up? If this cryptocurrency regulation doesn't pass, blockchain and ISOs are in trouble. You know what I mean? They're in trouble. You're not going to have big, huge institutions putting big, huge money into blockchains without some guardrails up. It's just not going to happen. People can tell you what they want. They can sell you a dream. They can do all that. But without these guardrails being in place, institutions aren't going to take that chance. They're going to do what JP Morgan did, and they're going to build their own private blockchain, and they're going to take a chance on themselves, right? So, we got to be smarter than what all the rest of these people are out here talking about. We need these guardrails, and got to get the Genius Act passed first, and that one's coming out. Looks like Trump wants to bring it back out today, which he should roll it out, and get them votes, roll it out, and get that thing signed. Because without that thing being signed, the rest of them bills are in trouble. And we just don't want that. We want a big crypto week. That's what we want. And then you got Jerome Powell, man. More heat on Powell, to cut rates or step down. Listen, I don't know what's going to happen with Powell. The man is 50-50. There's reports that he's going to step down as Fed chair. There's reports that he's not going to step down. You don't know what to believe. You don't know who to believe. We'll figure it all out as it goes. The only thing that I know is at the end of this month, there's an FOMC meeting. The administration wants Ken, what's up, baby? Good morning, good early afternoon to you. The Fed wants a 3% rate cut. That's an extremely high rate cut. I don't see that happening. That's an extremely high rate cut for where we're at right now. Inflation data came out yesterday. It was hotter than normal. Listen, you don't have to tell the American people inflation's high. We go to the store, right? We buy cars. We go to the store. We buy houses. We know what inflation looks like. You don't got to tell us it's high. It's too damn high. Will we get a rate cut this month? Probably not. But the pressure is on Powell. The administration is putting the pressure on him. Some reports are talking about Trump can fire him, and he's going to. Some reports are talking about he's going to resign. Some reports are talking about he's going to stay. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But we're going to find out at the end of this month. The only thing I know is he's got to have a press conference. And he's going to have to answer all them questions at that press conference. We'll see what he says. We'll see how it goes. But the end of the day, it is what it is. And the markets don't like all that volatility. I can tell you that. But we'll see. We'll see what's up. But I mean, either way, we're here. We're here for it. You know what I mean? And the crypto markets are pumping. The stock market pumped yesterday too. You in London? All right, I'm reading your guys' chat as it comes up. Bonk is up. Bonk's killing it, man. I told you Bonk is killing it. We went over that Monday. I told you guys Bonk is going to be, Bonk was launched by the Solana devs or some of their close friends. Bonk will be the number one meme coin on Solana. They will make sure of that. They let the Trump coin play around for a little while at number one, but Bonk will be number one. Yeah, what happened in London? But yo, we got a lot going on. We got a lot going on in these markets. So yo, I'm bullish as hell on these markets, man. I'm telling you right now, Asian markets didn't trade that well yet last night, though. You look at it, the European markets over there, they traded all right, man. They're trading all right, man. Ken dumping that profit from yesterday up in them European markets, doing his thing, dumping them profits back in that stock market, pumping it up. Ken's pumping the market by himself over there, doing this thing. United States pre-markets, where we at over here? Not looking too tight. We gotta get some more bank earnings that come out today. Oil's down as well, and I believe gold is up, which we'll check here in a minute, which it should be. The Dow's up, S&P's down, Nasdaq is down. Nothing too big, but all this uncertainty, this inflation data kind of hurt it a little bit. And you got ASML, basically just saying, like their shares tanked 6%, basically saying it's a chip maker here, basically saying that they can't give you projections for 2026 because they don't know where their sales are going to be. But who knows where their sales are going to be, baby? Who knows where their sales are going to be? Is NVIDIA. NVIDIA is shipping their chips to China again as of yesterday, and their stock went on a rocket ship yesterday. Hey, it is what it is, baby. We're gonna do it. BlackRock got smashed with a 52 billion by a single user. Yo, that ain't good. The thing about it is BlackRock, they just come right back from that, man. And they're BlackRock is BlackRock. That hurt them. But their earnings weren't that great. I mean, their stock wasn't that great yesterday, though. I watched it go down, man, from their earnings. It just didn't do that good. So I guess that's Selmo. I guess that's what you call protected your investment. Imagine that cash over. You ain't lying. Imagine that cash, can. Imagine just being, just take out 52 billion today. Yeah, I need 52 bill. Give me the 52 bill. What happened in London, Ken? I can't open a link on StreamYard over here. It won't let me open a link. So around the corner from damn. Something big happening, huh? But yeah, so NVIDIA crushed it. Told you guys, watch out for these cryptocurrency stocks that are on the stock market because they're gonna run as crypto runs. Let's take a look at them. Circle minus 9% yesterday. I bet you it goes up today though. The ETH, the Ethereum ETF, up 23%. We're gonna take a look at that. Some real interesting's happening over there. IBIT, they had a positive day, but not as big as it usually has. And The Solana ETF over there had a positive day as well. So let's go ahead. Let's look at these cryptocurrency. Let's look at cryptocurrency overview because there's something real interesting that's happening over here in this market, and it's bullish as hell for altcoin season. Damn, can that happen around you? Nothing but good energy, man. You say Drake brings that negative energy, man. Man, I'm about to read up on that, man. That's crazy. That's crazy, Ken. That's crazy. Getting over in here to this cryptocurrency market. You see the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index going down to 68, man. Last time we streamed it was up in the 70s. Look at altcoin season ticking up to 34, baby. 34 out of 100. We not quite in the middle yet, but man, we're starting to move that needle. We're starting to move that needle. Yeah, I'll have to watch it afterwards because I can't hit the link while I'm in here. They block links in here. So I see Ken posted the link, so I'm gonna watch it. I'll go back and watch it. But yeah, that sounds crazy. But yo, we tipping altcoin season, baby. Look at the needle. The needle ain't even in the middle, baby. We just tip it. We just tiptoeing. We got to get all the way over here. But we getting there. 34 out of 100. We moving up. Yep. Well, we got cryptocurrency market cap sitting at $3.76 trillion, down a little bit since Monday, baby. We took a little bit of a hit since Monday, but that's all good because we got good money coming in here. Got that big institutional money coming up in this joint. But here's what's getting interesting, guys. Here's what we got to pay attention to. Look at the ETFs put another $595 million into the market, right? But here's what we got to look. So the orange here is Bitcoin, right? And the blue is Ethereum, right? Watch, you see the blue, how small of an impact the Ethereum ETFs had on the market. And then all of a sudden, right about here, right when the market started to go up, you start to see the bigger and bigger blue start to come into these ETFs, which means what? Which means Ethereum starting to take more and more of this market share, right? Ethereum starting to tick up. It's starting to take more of this market share. People are starting to FOMO a little bit more into these Ethereum ETFs, which is obviously driving the price of Ethereum up as well. But just look at the blue, right? Pay attention to the blue because this is going to really, this has the ability now to really start sending Ethereum, right? And you start to see people start to transition that money. People are moving money. They're transitioning the money. And that's not to say that the Bitcoin ETF is going anywhere because it has the majority of the market share. It's absolutely smashing it, right? Smashing it. But Ethereum starting to see a little bit more of them inflows, right? Why? Because one, is cheaper, and two, people have already made a crap ton of money off of these ETFs for Bitcoin, right? And so now they're looking to make them same regains on Ethereum, and they're starting to FOMO into this Ethereum ETF. And that Solana ETF sitting out there as well, and you start to see it creep up every single day. It creeps up just a little bit more, kind of just like this Ethereum ETF, right? Every day it just creeped up a little bit more, and then all of a sudden, boom, it took off, right? And now we're starting to see that move. We're starting to see that move to the positive side, right? So watch out for this Ethereum ETF, man. This thing's gonna push the price of Ethereum the same way that this Bitcoin ETF pushed the price of Bitcoin, right? So this thing's gonna make a big push. And what do you see down here, right? You see the Bitcoin dominance start to go down to 63%, right? This thing was sitting at 64.5 on Monday. And what do you start to see? You start to see the Ethereum ETF tick back up. This thing was at 9.3 on Monday. It's at 10.1 right now. So you start to see this Ethereum dominance start to tick up. And that's exactly what you need for altcoin season, really to start moving, right? You need this Ethereum dominance really to start taking off. And once this happens and you're starting to see the transition, right? You're starting to see this. For people who haven't been in a bull run before, you're starting to see how this game works. You're starting to see that Bitcoin. You're starting to see that transition into Ethereum. Then you'll start to see that transition into all of these altcoins. And then boom, next thing you know, we're off and running. But you got to know the game, right? You got to know the game. You got to know what you're looking at. You got to know how to look at these numbers and go, "Ooh, this is happening. This might just be moving in the right direction." And boom, there you go, starting to move. But look at that. Just look at the blue. Just pay attention to the blue. You want to know what the market's going to do? You want to know how your altcoins are going to perform? Look at the blue. Just pay attention. And that'll tell you what you need to know. The news just reported Russia rejected Trump's offer. Is that why the market went down in the last hour? Yeah, great. You know, here's the thing, man. These guys are gonna pull us in even in more to this situation. In this situation, man, they're just gonna keep doing much like Israel just keeps pulling us into situations. You're gonna have Russia. You're gonna have this situation going just gonna get nastier and nastier. Yeah, the Clarity Act is what I was talking about earlier. So, got to get this Genius Act through, right? Got to get this Genius Act through so we can get to these crypto guardrails, right? And them crypto guardrails are that Clarity Act, right? And then we can get to the CBDC one, right? But we got to get this Genius Act passed. It's the closest one to being done, and you got to get this thing done, right? The Clarity Act, it's still got to go from the House to the Senate, and get the approval there. But this week we're supposed to have both of them signed. Where all three of these pieces of legislation were supposed to be signed this week, or at least pushed to the president's desk by this week. And time is ticking. You know what I mean? Time is ticking. So these things got to happen. They got to happen quick. These fat cats that sit up there, you notice a lot of people that voted against it are a lot of people that have made the most money off of the stock exchange, right? Elizabeth Warren, she sits up there and she cries all day long about cryptocurrency. But when you look at the majority of her money, the majority of her money was made in the stock market. They don't want us to have this money. And they're going to block us at every step of the way. And I just hope people pay attention to every person that votes against the Genius Act, every person that votes against the Clarity Act, and every person that votes against the CBD Act, the CBDC Act. And I hope the cryptocurrency industry puts their money behind having people running against these guys, because there's no reason that all of these bills have to be put into one bill unless you're looking to fluff and stuff that bill. And there's no reason to vote against just the Genius Act. It's the stablecoin bill. It's about as easy as you can get. It's a stablecoin bill. Yeah, Russia's been trying their hardest to get us, but I don't know if Russia wants these problems. I don't know if Russia wants these problems. We go over there and just go ahead and just level the whole joint. No, I don't know if Russia wants his problem. Uh, no. You can no, Selma. You can't put the genie back in the bottle. But what you can do is you can pay attention, right? You can pay attention to who's doing what. You know what I mean? And if they ain't for you, then they're against you, right? There's no middle. Either you're for it or you're against it, right? But you gotta quit playing games. You know, the, some of them, and I'm gonna call some of them Republicans up there talk about, oh, we gotta have all three bills in one because this one affects this one and this one affects that one, and no, pass them one at a time. Let's see where you're at. Let's see. Don't put a whole bunch of stuff in the bill. By the time the bill's done, you don't even know how it reads. No, we ain't doing that. That's craziness. The Genius Act is the easiest one to pass. It's simple. It's a stablecoin bill. Simple. The Clarity Act, you need that Clarity Act because you need to know who's regulating what, right? And that's what that Clarity Act says is these particular cryptos are going to be regulated by the SEC. These particular cryptos are going to be regulated by commodities. These and so on and so forth, right? And you need that, right? You need that. And I'll tell you, like my take on it is, you don't get a big, huge ISO run until you get that Clarity Act passed. You got to have that Clarity Act passed in order to get an ISO run, because, like I said earlier, these big, huge institutions aren't going to be throwing money into developing on blockchains that don't have regulatory clarity. They're already developing on them, but they're not going to roll it out until you have this regulatory clarity, and you need that. And the people in Congress up on the Hill, they know you need that, and that's why they're stalling it. No, they don't want the smoke. Here's Russia's problem right now, and Russia's got a big issue. Uh, you got a sitting president that isn't scared to go and drop bombs. You know what I'm saying? Look at Iran, right? You're not scared to go and drop some shit, right? And so, I mean, you don't want to play too many games, right? You don't want to play too many games, and but Russia and Ukraine need to figure that out, right? You know what I mean? Like, they need to figure that out. They need to draw some lines, whether they're new lines, old lines, whatever lines they need to draw. They need to go ahead and figure that out. That war has gone on for way too long. People think we're still in altcoin season. Oh, we're just tipping. We're just tipping. We're tipping. The chart just says that we're tipping. We're 34 out of 100. You see this right here? This represents just altcoin season right here. This is Bitcoin season right here. This is altcoins. This is kind of Bitcoin season, kind of altcoin season. You can't really tell where you're at. My opinion is that we're still in Bitcoin season. I think that we're still in Bitcoin season until we get over here past the 50 mark. But some people will call this altcoin season because you're just tipping. I don't think you're there yet. We've been here before. We've been to 34 before, and we came all the way back here in the Bitcoin season, real quick, within a matter of a day. So I think, yeah, you're just not there yet. You're almost there. You can taste it. It's kind of like that barbecue. Once they light up that charcoal grill and you start to smell it, and they put the meat on there that's nice and seasoned, you can smell it. It's not quite done cooking yet, but you can smell it, and your stomach starts to growl, and the ribs start to smell good, and the burgers are looking good, and the brisket's on the smoker, and you can smell it, and it's filling the park up with joy and happiness, but you just can't eat yet. You just can't eat just yet. Still think we're just not there yet. We're just not there yet. Russia isn't stopping. I don't think they're gonna stop either. I think there's gonna be some problems. There's gonna be some problems. You getting hungry, Ken? Yo, love me a good barbecue, Ken. But yo, yeah. So I mean, we're just not there yet, right? But we're getting close. But all this excitement, right? You see the excitement, right? You see the excitement. You see people that have been in this bear market for so long. You got to understand, like we're up. We've been up. We're up. We've been up, and we're starting to kind of really start to see some of them nice gains that we were talking about, and that we're starting to talk about the whole bear market, right? It's been a brutal bear market, so I understand the excitement. It's been brutal, but starting to come out of that a little bit, and starting to see people talk about crypto that you haven't seen since the last bull market, so on and so forth. That's when you've arrived, right? That's when you're back. People start to come out of the woodwork, right? And that's when you're back. You can keep that wild bear. But yo, the chains are doing really well. BSC still leading the way at 6.7 billion 24 hours. Solana putting in a massive $4 billion worth of volume. Solana massive that's a lot of volume. Ethereum at 3.2, big push up from Monday. Big push up Monday. We're talking about Ethereum being at like 1.2. Big monster pull up. Base coming in at 1.7 billion. So definite volume on base. And Arbitrum, I keep telling you guys to watch out for Arbitrum. And the reason I'm telling you guys to watch out for Arbitrum is because Robinhood is using Arbitrum for their real world tokenized stocks over there in the EU. And they're getting ready to build a layer 2 on top of Arbitrum for tokenized stocks and everything else that they're about to tokenize. So watch out for Arbitrum. I'm telling you, it's a sleeping giant here, but Sui is on fire. And we're going to take a look at Sui. Sui is on fire. So let's go ahead. Let's have a look. Let's see. Oh, we're green on the hour. We flipped to green. All right, cool. We'll take green. Look at Bonk up 2.5% on the hour. Look at Floki trying to do something out here. Floki up 4.6% on the hour. What's Floki trying to do? Trump coin trying to make a comeback on the Solana chain, up 3.9%. Trying to take over Bonk. Fartcoin doing this thing right now. But let's go ahead. Let's look at the daily, because that's going to tell us the story. Look at SPX, 23.6% on the day, baby. With making the Solana chain move too, baby, up 10.7%. Pepe up 7.4% on the day, doing its thing. Airdrome up 7.7% on the day. Okay, I see you, Airdrome. Look at Pump up 18.2%. Man, what a crap show this was. That Pump Fund whole situation. What a crap show that was over there, man. Whew. People couldn't buy on the exchanges or nothing. They did that on purpose. They held that supply back, right? Only a select number of people got that supply. That was done on purpose. But it don't matter. Pump it up, baby. Let's go. FET up 10.1%. FET's doing this thing over here. Look at this market. Absolutely doing this thing. I see Elmo in the house. What's up, Elmo? What's up? All RWA tokenization is the way. It is the way, and it's about to take off. It's about to boom. RWAs, but that's why I keep telling you guys, watch out for Arbitron, man. This volume over here isn't from any, it's right up underneath base, right? It's right up underneath base, but this volume is because Robinhood is using this for their tokenized stocks right now in the EU, and they're getting ready to build a layer 2 on top of Arbitron. So, Arbitron, and they start moving all of Robinhood's 24-hour trading volume. Whoo, that could be a little crazy. It could be a little crazy. But yeah, let's take a look at SUI. Because we gotta look at SUI. It's better for us to look at SUI over here. Let's take a look. Because SUI is on fire, man. SUI is on fire, man. This thing is. I've been watching. This is over the past couple of days, man. It's 4-hour chart, right? Look at the 4 hours. Look at this. SUI's up $4.01. This thing is on a massive run to the upside, right? Compared to the rest of the crypto market, there's two cryptos that are outperforming everybody right now, and it's XLM and it's SUI. And SUI has broken out of all of its prior downturns, right? Like this was that big crash, right? Boom. SUI's made up all of them gains right there, and where this thing's going to new. Looks like it's on its way to new all-time highs, right? Pretty soon here, is what it looks like. That's definitely what it looks like. There's no slowdown here, right? There's no slowdown, and they are the biggest mover in the top 100. They're the biggest mover in the top 100 in the past 24 hours. Like this ain't no joke, man. Like they're bringing it. Everybody had thought that they were dead. They're bringing it. Glenn, what's up, dog? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Got a new one for us. Elmo token and pie. Oh, someone wants to know what's up with Elmo's pie, baby. What's up with your pie? You get your pie, Elmo. You get your pie. Where's your pie at, man? Go get your pie. Grand Rising. Yes, Grand Rising, baby. Let's go. But yeah, SUI's on fire, man. It doesn't look like it's gonna slow. It really doesn't. Like we flip back over. Look at SPX up 23.2%, baby. Let's go. Look at Pepe. It came down a little bit, 7%, but look at Solana blockchain is killing it. Blanc is killing it. Whiff is killing it. But look at Floki waking up out the dead, baby. Come on. Wake it up. What's Glenn say? Hold on. Don't work on that. Okay, Glenn. Let's do it. Let's do it. Elmo got to get in here and talk about retrieving his pie. I guess you don't want to talk about retrieving his pie. We know you didn't leave, Glenn. We know you didn't leave, brother. Yo, Selmo, he's still trying to figure out his KYC. But yo, market looks good. Market looks good. Let's take a look and see what else we got going on over here. Cardano formed this double bottom right here. This is what we've been talking about, Selmo, right here. This double bottom on Cardano. Bang right there. Bang right there. Boom to the moon. To the moon, baby. Cardano's getting ready to go. Formed that double bottom, took off. That's basically what that article's telling you. But that thing's ready to go. What's PayPal doing over here? I was kind of looking at the news this morning. Wasn't really looking at the news this morning. PayPal launches. What did PayPal launch? Their stablecoin rewards program. Okay, and expands into Arbitrum. Look at that! Look at that! Didn't we just talk about Arbitrum? We just talked about Arbitrum. Didn't we just talk about Arbitrum? Jesus Christ. These boys keep trying to tell you guys about Arbitrum. Tell you guys, get on board, get on board, get on board. PayPal. Gotta check that out. I'm gonna check out, see what they're doing with Arbitrum. I'll have to go back, check it all out. But look at that. That's fresh. That wasn't there. That wasn't there when I was skimming the news this morning. But poof, go ahead. Go ahead, dog. We got it. And then you got Bitcoin. Definitely. I do agree with this article right here. I was looking at it this morning. I went back, going back through the numbers. And I do agree with this article here. Miners are selling off, and they're selling, obviously selling their Bitcoin in the open market. It makes sense. These guys got a business to run. They're mining Bitcoin. Got to sell Bitcoin in order to make a profit. Makes sense, right? Makes sense. So can't be mad at them, but could possibly set up for some short-term pullback. But I do think that the ETFs will offset that, right? I think that they'll offset anything that the miners put into the market, just with the inflows of the ETFs. But possibility. We always like to look at the possibilities out there, right? See what could affect the market, right? I always like to look at that. So let's see what else you guys are talking about in here. Glad you can DM me the project, man, that you're in. I'll look at it. DM me on Twitter, and then we'll look at it. Maybe we'll bring it up here. You think the head and shoulders on ADA? A double bottom. You can see that double bottom, like boom, right? Like right off the rip. We've been looking at that for a minute. We've been looking at ADA, and I don't know. I think it was me and Selma were talking one day, and I said I think the bottom's in, man. And when we were talking about the bottom being in, we're talking about it all the way over in here, right around that double bottom right there, right? We were talking about it, and we're saying, man, the bottom's got to be in for ADA. Like how it can't go much lower. Like the bottom's got to be in, and it set that double bottom when the market pulled back, and man, that thing's been on a rocket ship ever since. So I think it was me and Selma were talking about it. We were like, yeah, this bottom's in, man. Curtis, good morning, my brother. How are you? But yeah, definitely, I do think that ADA is in for a good run this bull cycle. I definitely think that ADA is going to do well. And it's going to be one of them ones where it's a slower mover, but it's actually had some more price action in probably the last 6 months than it's had. I mean, probably the last 6 weeks than it's had in 6 months. Just because it's slow movers right here. And go back and look at the charts, right? And you can see that the Asian markets are definitely behind a lot of the ETH pumps that happen at nighttime. This is the Asian markets that are pumping Ethereum. They're pumping Ethereum to where it is right now, and the United States is dumping it, right? basically is pretty much what you get out of this article. But so that's half true, right? It's half true. When you come over here and you look at the ETH ETFs, the United States they're buying ETH, but they're buying it over here in the ETFs, the institutions, right? Look at the blue, man. That blue is just freaking amazing. Pretty soon Solana is going to be doing the same thing, that ETF, and then the XRP ETFs that are about to come out, about to smash it too. So a lot of money getting ready to come into crypto, baby. A lot of cash, a lot of cash. I hope you guys are ready. We've been through this bear market for a long time, close to 4 years. So hope you guys are ready. Hope you guys got exit strategy, right? And tell you guys, make sure you guys have an exit strategy for this bull market. My exit strategy is simple. I live off the 2-3 rule. You double, you take your initials, you 3x, you take a little bit of profit. You double again, you take a little bit of profit. You know, at that 3x, you take a little bit more profit, and if it starts to dump, you're at that 1-1-1-1 level. You dump it at 1%, at 1% all the way down. You know, and if you see it going all the way back down, like if you were to see like a couple big red candle start to form on one of these charts, on one of these 4 hours, just dump your whole bag. You know, once this bull run starts and it's all the way, and you think you're getting close to the top, and you start to see them red candles form, and you start to see all signs point to maybe, and you're already taking off all your profit. You know, if you want to leave a little moon bag, leave a little moon bag. But if you start to see them big red candles and you're already, you know, chipping away at your profit, chip, and then all of a sudden you know, don't watch your unrealized gains become negative. Hey, lug it, man. If you got to dump the whole fucking bag, you got to dump the whole bag. XRP sitting at $2.95, baby. $2.95, got up to $3. We going back up to $3? We going back up to $3, baby. Let's go. Let's go. We looked at WIF. We looked at SPX. See what Pepe looks like on his 4 hours. Solana looks decent on his 4 hour too. You start to see though. Look at we're about to come into this zone right down in here where you're gonna start popping off this buy signal here on Solana on this 4 hour chart. That means Solana's on the move, baby. Solana's on the move. It sold off, boom. It's still get ready to pop again. Ethereum, man. I know a lot of people are watching Bitcoin, and I'm watching Bitcoin too. I love Bitcoin. I buy a lot of Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin, but this is the one. This is the one that's gonna pop this market. Ethereum, $3,156. I own Ethereum still. I know I fudded it for a while. I own it still. Bought some more. I think it was yesterday or the day before, in that little dip when it came down to 26. You know, I bought some more. So we gonna see. This thing's getting ready to pop too. You can see it's in the same situation as Solana. I would expect it. It's sitting on this -5 line right here. I expect it to come a little bit below that and then boom, pop off again. Seems to be the pattern with Ethereum. So, but AVAX, we talked about AVAX trailing the market, man. Trailing the market, but coming up to $22. I still think AVAX is going to be the biggest gaming platform on crypto. And you can see it busted above their moving averages right now. Same situation. Ethereum, Solana, all in the same situation. AVAX is here too. It's in at $22 though. A lot of people are sleeping on AVAX right now. And I like a lot of people sleeping on AVAX because it's underperformed the market, and it just gives you the opportunity on every pullback to build your bags before that thing absolutely explodes. PopCat, I like PopCat anywhere 35 cents and below. Sitting on that thing's been on a nice run up to damn near 40 cents. Jasmy starting to make that run again. 1 cent 6. Got to 1.7 yesterday, but starting to heat up again. Ondo finally broke above the moving averages. Congratulations to freaking Ondo. 94 cents. It was just stuck for a while, just stuck. But it seems to be breaking out. Oh, Bonk, yeah, we talked about Bonk. We're gonna look at Bonk here in a minute too, because Bonk's on fire. Whiff's on fire too, though. Whiff's doing his thing, but Bonk's gonna outperform all of them. You see Bitcoin pulling right back down here until it's moving averages 118.9. This thing was 119.4, 119.5 when I got up this morning. The Asian market was trading it well. United States markets and European markets are starting to sell off on it a little bit. See what happens when these ETFs wake up. But yeah, definitely you see it pull right back into the moving averages right here. So we'll see if it can work its way out. We'll see if it can work its way out of there today. Pepe doing his thing, baby. Whoa, 40129. Can we get to 4014, 4015? Can we get there, baby? We've been stuck right here in this channel. We've been stuck. Pepe just been stuck like Chuck, baby. Doesn't know what it wants to do, but we got to get back up in here. We got to get to this 15, 14, before we can make that move back up to the 402. But it's been stuck like Chuck, man. It ain't going nowhere. Look at Airdrome. But Pepe's gonna move. When it breaks, it's gonna break. Pepe's gonna break with Ethereum, and when it breaks, it's gonna break. It's still gonna flip SHIB. I'm telling you guys right now, it's gonna flip SHIB. And when it does, I'm gonna be right on here telling I told you so. Told you so. It's gonna flip it. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So hope your bags are packed. I hope you're ready. Airdrome sitting at 87 cents right now. Yeah, performing pretty damn well. But you see, it's kind of in a little bit better position than Solana and Ethereum and everybody else. But when you look at it, I still got maybe a little bit of sell-off pressure here. Maybe 8.5 somewhere up in there, but it'll move. It's coming back up. It's coming back up. We got this thing, man. Everything's running. Yeah, everything's good. Everything's running. But we're perfect setup mode though, Curtis. You're watching the sell-off come, right? A little bit, you're watching the oscillator and everything else kind of move to the downside a little bit. The zero line right here, it's about neutral, right? You're starting to see some projects like Ethereum and Solana, and they're starting to drop below there. You're going to get you a buy signal right here, like this one right here. As soon as this thing comes down in here, you're going to get you a nice little buy signal. You can ride that bad boy up to the top, man. Just ride it up to the top. But and that's how we do it. That's how we do it. But yeah, Airdrome's looking good. ZBEC, I don't know. Keep telling you guys right here. Here's your 200 day. Keeps banging its head off your 200 day and coming back down here in this channel. The problem with it now is, and I quit trading it because the problem with it now is it's not even making it up to the 200 day. It's getting beat down before it even gets there. Quant 115 over. Look, Quant's trading in its moving averages. So all of this time right here, finally break above it, get us another 4-hour candle above these EMAs, and you're gonna watch Quant run. You're gonna watch Quant run, and it's gonna run pretty freaking good. You see XLM starting to cool down just a little bit. 45 cents, starting to come down, starting to cool down a little bit, starting to come back to reality a little bit, get down in here into these averages, start to build you a support line, because you can't maintain this. You can't maintain that, right? You got to come down a little bit and build some support here, but you can't maintain this run right here. I think I charted it out earlier, was probably close to a 60, 70% run. You can't maintain that, right? You got to break down a little bit. That's what it's doing right now. It's breaking down just a little bit, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. People think that that's a bad thing. That's a good thing. Let it cool off for a minute, baby. Just go sit in the cooler for a minute. Go chill out. Go get yourself hydrated again. Chill out for a minute, and then come back out and run that 100-meter dash. But just go cool off, baby. Go cool off. Got VVBot. I like VVBot. Just sitting here in the EMAs right now. They're not doing much. 1.3. 2013. about 1.3 mil. Low cap, got buy signal. Came in right here. Sitting in the moving averages though. It's got to come out. It's got to get out. It's got to break out of there. Got to break out of there and move to the upside. But a low market cap like that, you got to expect some sell off, right? You got to expect some sell off there. People are going to sell it in, out, in, out. People's attention span, the low market caps are next to nothing right now. They're in them for 10 or 15 minutes and then they're gone. Which, hey, you've been wrecked enough times. I can't be mad at you, right? And, people get wrecked, right? Looking at Bonk, look at Bonk, and on this ride Bonk's on, man. Whew, look, it's one of the tokens. Look at where it's at. Look at where this thing is moving. It'll cool down today. It'll go in a cooler. You can see it. You can see the oscillator now starting to cool down a little bit. So it'll come back down here into the EMAs, but definitely been on a nice run. Nice move to the upside. Bonk's doing his thing, man. Whiff is too. You look at whiff. I mean, it's a cooler, but you start to see it. You're starting to see it turn a little bit. You see this buy signal coming in here in a minute. Starting to turn, and go on this next run up to $1.10 right now. Man, you pull this chart back. Bonk at one point not too long ago was like down here at 60 cents. Just on what's that, May 23rd, it was down here at 60 cents, right? 62, 63 cents. And man, what a run. Respect the run, baby. Respect the run up to 110 from 60 cents. Respect that run. That's a hell of a run for a crypto with a market cap that size. You know what I'm saying? You can get it. You can get a low market cap meme to run like that pretty quick. But when you get one with a market cap that size to run like that, and that's short period, you can respect that. Respect that. What we got? We got Doge still at 1. We're gonna come over and check these meme coins out. How far is my boy Pepe away from SHIB? How far is the flippening going? How far away is the flippening? Got 8 bill on 5 bill, a little under 3 bill. Like about 2.7 away, 2.8 away from that whole flipping happening. That not a lot, man. It's gonna get there. Look at Bonk. Bonk sitting here. Doing this thing. Up 58% in a week. 58%. Like I said, you got to respect the run, baby. I respect that. When you look at the rest of them, Dogecoin's up 15% in a week, right? SHIB 14%. Pepe 26%. Bonk 58% in a 1 week. Pudgy, this one's made a nice move, 12%. I don't own this project. I don't own Pudgy, but I respect it because I watched them guys moving. And then you see the Trump coin right down here. It's falling down, man. I'm telling you. It keeps falling down. And you got my boy SPX 6900 sitting up here, 25% in a week. Fart coin, respect Fart coin too. 17.5% in a week. This thing hangs in there when the whole market's down. This thing just keeps hanging and keeps making gains. And you got Dog with a Hat, up what is it, 10.7% on the week. No, up 28% on the week. My bad, 28%. Doing this thing, man. I like what I mean. Look at, and Floki woke up today. Floki woke up, man. Up 17.7% on the week. Good morning, Floki. Good morning. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm glad to see that you came and joined the party. Then you got Brett up 30%. Up 30% on the week. Brett's making a move over there on the base chain. It's making a move. I do think that Miggles will come up and be the number one base meme. I think Miggles is going to come take this spot. And then you got Dog, right, on the Bitcoin network. I do like this project right here, Dog. It's the biggest meme on the Bitcoin network, right? I don't know. The Bitcoin maxis over there, I think they're gonna push it. I think they're gonna push it. I think they're gonna push it hard. I like that project, man. Popcat, you guys know I like Popcat. Sitting up here 32% on the week. These are big gains, guys. These are, if you're telling me that you bought it last week and you held it for a week, you're up 32%. You're up 32%. Even my boy Peanut, somebody woke the squirrel up, Ken, and said, yo, it's time to go gather your nuts. And it's up 25.3%. Somebody woke the squirrel up. He's up there. He got a cheek full of nuts. Yeah, nobody woke him up. Let's see. Yeah, I don't. I like where everything is moving right now. So, market looks really, really tough. It looks really, really good right now. Looks really good. Yeah, I could be happier with the crypto market and where it is right now. I think we're definitely on a move to the upside. Do got to take care of some stuff though. Look at that shit. Look at that filling green, baby. Look at that filling green. Curtis is laughing at me. But yeah, look at that market filling in green, baby. Look at that joint, baby. Look at that. But yeah, love where the market is right now. Love where we're headed. I think it's, got to get the Genius Act passed. You know what I mean? Got to get that passed today. Got to get that done today. Then we got to get the Crypto Clarity Act passed before the end of the week. Got to get that done as well. So I'm really not too concerned with the CBDC bill at this point. I think they'll tighten that thing up and it'll move along just fine. But the two big ones that we got to get through are the Genius Act and that Crypto Clarity Act. That's what's going to send this market, right? You want to see some liquidity come into the market like we've never seen before. You get them two bills passed and you get them two things done, man, you're going to see liquidity roll into this market like crazy. HBAR is another one. You guys, I'm invested in HBAR. You guys know that. Doing this thing, 23 cents. Nice push up for a token at that market cap, coming up from like 18 cents up to 23 cents in that short period of time. Absolutely on the move. But we got to get these things done, man. We got to get these things done. Big E, send me that contract address in my Twitter inbox, Curtis, and I'll look at it because we're about to jump out of here right now. HBAR is fire. Yeah, I love HBAR. HBAR is one of my biggest holdings. Over the past like 4 months, I've been buying a lot of HBAR. One of my biggest holdings. Because I just like where it is. But if you guys want some cryptos that are on fire right now, that are actually still behind the market, AVAX, behind the market still. AVAX should be a lot higher than where it is right now, based on where Bitcoin's at. Ethereum's still lagging the market. Ethereum should be at $5,000 right now, or better. It's going to catch up, but it's still lagging the market. FET's still lagging the market, right? It's behind where the rest of the market is. Jupiter still behind a little bit of where the market is, right? There's great projects out here that are just falling a little bit behind in the market, and they're going to catch up, right? Stacks is a little behind the market, should be a little bit higher. XDC is another one that's a little bit behind the market. It'll catch up. But there are some good projects right there that are just behind the market, just a tad bit, that if you can get them on a dip now, you're gonna be well later, because they haven't run as much as everybody else. All right, Glenn, I'll look at it, Glenn. But I'll look at it offline, and then maybe on Friday we'll talk about it. But There are some projects that are lagging behind a little bit. Caspa is another one. I'm 50-50 on Caspa, guys. I don't know if Caspa is going to do it. I don't know if they're going to do it. This bull run. I just don't know. So we'll see. And Kronos is behind the market. Kronos is behind the market, and it's cheap. It's still a good buy, right? And so if you want some projects that are just behind the market, like there they are. Okay, glad you found it. All right, guys, we're gonna get up out of here, and show, yeah, the best, yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna get up out of here. Hey, just as a little FYI, you guys know yesterday I got a message from YouTube. I've been on YouTube for 5 years, y'all, as of yesterday. Can you believe that? 5 whole years I've been streaming on YouTube, man. It's crazy. I got that message. I was like, it's been 5 years since I started streaming on here. That's crazy to me, but it's been a great 5 years. Like, I can't, I wouldn't take it back, man. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I started it, but man, it's been a hell of a 5 years, man, with you guys and watching this market, man, and really starting to move. But yeah, it's been 5 big ones, man. Yeah, so it's been good, man. And I looked at that, I was shocked, man. I was like, damn, it doesn't feel like that long, man. But you guys are awesome, man. Thanks, Ken. But you guys are awesome, man. You guys keep me, you guys are the ones that keep me coming here every 3 days a week and in the morning and get me moving, man. And so big props to you guys for continuing to show up, and for all the people who watch in the background and never really comment. I can see the numbers, so I know you're there. So I could, so appreciate all you guys too. And hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, y'all, and get this out on the old algorithm, and do what we do. And we'll be back at you guys on Friday, and hopefully we're looking at another green market on Friday, and the gains just keep compounding and they keep building up, because that's what we want to see. And that's where we're at. And it's been a great journey. It's been a great 5-year journey with all of you guys, and to watch your guys' bags grow. And with mine, it's been a tremendous honor for me. I'm waiting for YouTube to send me my congrats. But out loud. Watch. You were watching for 5 years. Oh, big watch. I'll tell you, congratulations, man. You put up with me for 5 years, dog, and appreciate you, man. So, yeah, we like it, man. We like 5 years, but yeah, no, congrats. Thanks, Big Watch. No, congrats to all you guys, man. Appreciate you guys. It's been my pleasure to watch you guys' bags grow along with mine. And we'll be back at you guys on Friday. You guys have a good one. We'll do this thing again, man. And we're gonna do this thing. We're gonna do this thing, man, and maybe put together a little compilation video. We'll see. But Ken, congratulations to you too, man. And Selbo and Seiko and everybody else who's been here for 5 years listening to me ramble, and Elmo as well. All right, we up out of here. Peace.